Are we on? Okay, very good. Good morning, everybody. It's this Thursday, November 14th. It is at 10:31. And I'd like to call this meeting to order of the King County Legal Affairs and Claims Committee. Clerk, call the roll.
Ford, Gums,
Comes here.
Juby,
Should be here.
Williams,
Williams present remote due to illness.
Pirog.
I'm here as well. And
Empress Corp.
do I have your permission to allow a very sick Mr. Williams on board?
Yes.
Yes.
Feel better.
Rick, I heard very good things about you yesterday, by the way, so your nose may have been itchy.
That's
So-
unusual. Thank you.
All righty. Do we have any minutes? We have, may I have a motion, a second to approve the minutes of August 15th, 2024?
Comes will ask for unanimous consent to approve those minutes.
Thank you. Do we have unanimous consent?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I see no public comment. May I have a motion and a second to go into executive session?
Gums makes a motion to go in executive session for pending litigation.
I have a second.
Williams seconds.
Okay, thank you. I'll let Mr. Williams take it, if you don't mind, Ms. Juby. Clerk, call the roll.
Gums,
Yes.
Juby,
Should be aye.
Williams,
Williams, yes.
and go in executive session.
Okay, we are now going into closed session.
Okay, Mr. Williams, please accept your invite. We'll let you know when we're together again.
Oh. Locked up.
All right, you are in open session.
We are back in open session. Clerk, please call the roll.
Ford, Gums,
Here.
Juby,
To be here.
Williams,
Here,
Kirag.
Virag is here. May I have a motion and a second to approve the settlement in case number 2024 SC 2527 in the amount of $5,000?
Gums will move.
Juby seconds.
Thank you. Hearing no discussion, clerk, please call the roll.
Gums,
Yes.
Juby,
Juby, I.
Williams.
yes,
Accepted.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the settlement in case number 2024 SC 986 in the amount up to $1,600?
Juby moves.
Second,
Gums
please.
will second.
Okay, Ms. Combs, thank you. No discussion. Clerk, please call the roll.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Juby,
Juby, I.
Williams.
Williams, yes,
And may I have a motion, a second, for this resolution amending section 2193, the county code? Beth, do you know anything about that?
I do.
Gums will move.
Juby seconds.
Thank you, thank you.
Pardon me. Yeah, Beth Tabor again from the state's attorney's office. This resolution is to really increase efficiencies. Even as we're here this morning talking about these small claims cases, we think the time might be better served giving the state's attorney's office some discretion in settling cases up to the amount of $10,000. This resolution also gives this committee the right to consider cases and claims up to $100,000. The $50,000 limit, frankly, was written in a time where litigation in the county wasn't quite the same as it is. Right now, even with some of the tort claims against the county, they're higher dollar numbers sought. Where the prisoner claims sometimes we're able to get rid of at lower values. So this $100,000 proposed for this committee to consider just grants a little more flexibility and open discussion of the settlement. And of course, it will have to go up through the other committees for final approval. But we just thought that, again, it would increase efficiencies and not have to have you necessarily join together to consider claims under $10,000.
All right.
Madam Chair, Gums.
Yes, Ms. Combs.
I would support that.
Supported. Should be, Mr. Williams, you have any comments on this?
remind me again, what is our authority to settle cases in this committee? Well, once we settle a small claims case in this committee, it doesn't go on, is that correct?
That's correct.
I sort of have mixed feelings about this, to be honest with you. I'm not sure where I'm coming down on it.
May I ask, when was the original resolution drafted? Do you know?
Oh, I had that date and I honestly don't have it with me right now.
Give us an estimate.
I think it was well over at least 7 to 10 years ago where the $50,000 limit was placed on the committee. Right now, there was no authority for the state's attorney's office on its own to settle cases. We were always bringing them here. So that's kind of new to this resolution, would give the state's attorney's office the discretion and authority to settle cases up to $10,000. We
Madam
were
Chair.
proposing that, pardon.
Madam Chair Williams here.
Yes, Mr. Williams.
I think what I would like to see is just prior to the settlement of the case, that the state's attorney notifies the chair of this committee. And if the chair, could have, X number of days to object to it, in which case it would come to this committee, or absent that objection, the state's attorney could settle it. I just don't want to be in a situation where there's a case that's settled and it wasn't run by us, and there may be sensitivities as to why we might have wanted to have discussed it as a committee.
That makes sense. I think that's good counsel. I do. So how should we move forward with this? Should we amend it? Or should we just suspend it right now and bring it back with those recommendations so we can review it?
Gums here. I think with, just my opinion is maybe we need a little more. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm good with it the way it is. But if Mr. Williams thinks we need to add that, I'm good with that too.
Chuby?
I'm good the way it is.
Yeah.
In the 2 years I've been doing this, I haven't noticed any irregularities that would even cause us to question the direction that they suggested for us to go. So I'm not an attorney, so I mean, I'm sure Mr. Williams has a good reason for it, but I'm fine with it as written.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Williams, we can pass this through this committee and it does have to go eventually up to exec and to the full board. So we can amend it as we go through until it hits the full board. And that way, perhaps you can work with the state's attorney, with Beth, to make those recommendations. And then you can bring it to the floor as appropriate.
That'd be fine with me.
Okay, perfect. Because we've got two members who are in agreement to move it forward, but I hear what you're saying and I don't disagree. So.
I mean, I would think that that situation would be very rare that we would have any issue whatsoever. But, maybe if there was, just a party to the case, a defendant that, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying, I can't really say for sure, but I'm not feeling that great either, which doesn't help right now, but I just, if there might be a situation, and I think it would be slim that would happen, but there might be a situation where certain sensitivities would dictate that we probably should have some say in it, but I think that would be extremely rare.
A check and balance if needed.
And actually, the state's attorney probably should have they have the discretion, but not the obligation. So the state's attorney might say, hey, I don't want to sign off on the settlement without running it by the board. So it kind of works both ways.
Agreed. Okay, so why don't we, with everybody's approval, why don't we pass it forward? And then, Rick, you can work with Beth and develop some kind of appropriate language which makes everyone feel comfortable, and then we can just amend it.
Happy to do so.
Okay, thank you. All right, very good. So with that, clerk, could you call the roll?
Gums,
Yes.
Juby,
GBI.
Williams.
Williams, yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so that's it. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Gums will move.
Juby seconds.
Thank you, Ms. Juby.
Feel better, Rick.
All in favor?
Thank
Aye.
you.
Aye. Rick, feel better.
Thank you. Have a good day.